So you just got a new guitar and you're wondering, what am I gonna do with this thing? What is the first thing I should do when I pick it up? And that's what today's lesson is all about. So grab your guitar and notice this little curve, whether you have an electric or an acoustic. This curve is gonna sit on your leg, okay? I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna be backwards of what you are, most likely. So we wanna sit this guitar here, have it nice and balanced. I usually like to have the neck tilted up just a little bit. And we're gonna grab a pick, okay? This is for people who wanna use a pick. So I want you to hold the pick between your thumb and your first finger on your picking hand, okay? And there should be a slight bend in the thumb, right? We don't want it back bent, we want it just active, maybe neutral or just past neutral. And then the first finger is gonna grip the pick on the other side, and we're actually using the side of our first finger and our thumb. And the pick is gonna point down from our thumb. And and there's a lot of nuances to this, but just hold it a way that feels comfortable to you following these rough guidelines. And we're gonna start by just strumming all of the strings like this. All together, that's called a strum. We're gonna go down, and then up, down, and then up. And we'll just do this a few times, down, and then up. And we're trying to get an even, gentle sound, right? And we want it to be even whether we're going down or whether we're going up. We want to hear all 6 strings. We don't want this, right? That's choppy, and I also didn't hit the thin strings on my way down, right? We want even. And the pick is going to tilt a little and cascade across the strings. You don't need to force it to tilt, you just want to allow it to tilt. So that's strumming. And you can pause this video now and just do a little bit of strumming. Work on getting a nice even sound and enjoy listening to the sound of your strings. So once you've completed that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to pick the individual strings. So we're going to start from the thickest string, and we're going to pick it on its own, which requires a small motion, just a really small motion. We're going to pick down, and then we're going to pick up. We're going to do this on every string. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then we can go the other direction, and I'll still have you start on a down. So we'll go from the thinnest string, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. Okay, so now we know how to hold the pick and we know how to use it both for strumming and for picking individual strings. So this is very useful. Now we're going to learn about these little metal things that go across the guitar's neck. These things are called frets. And what frets do is they help you to change the note on the string. So let's take, for example, the thinnest string, okay, and we're going to find the 5th fret. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This here's the 5th fret. What I want to do is press my finger onto the string right behind the 5th fret, such that the string makes contact with the 5th fret, okay? The string needs to make nice, firm contact with the 5th fret. The string does not need to contact the wood underneath. It does not need to do that. It just needs to contact the 5th fret firmly. And then when I do that, I get a nice clear sound. Now if I'm not pressing hard enough, I might get a sound like this. Usually that means I need to press harder. Or maybe my finger could be in the wrong position. So if my finger is right on top of the 5th fret, it's going to sound muted like this. So I want to be right behind it. Okay, now if I slide back too far, I might lose contact and get a buzz. So I want to be close to the fret but not touching it. I want to be pressing firmly enough to get a good sound, not like this, but I don't want to squeeze so hard that it hurts my finger, okay? And as I do this, I have my thumb connected to the back of the guitar. This is important too. So your thumb is pushing one direction and your finger is pushing the other. So I want you to go find the 5th fret on the thinnest string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and try using your first finger on the front of the guitar and your thumb on the back, and try just finding that sweet spot right behind the fret and getting a nice clear sound out of it. And you can even play around with the wrong position and not squeezing too tight and squeezing overly tight. You can play with all of that just to get a feel, you know, for what's correct and what's incorrect, and you can find the sweet spot. Okay, and once you've done that, you could pause the video if you need some time to do that. Once you've done that, now we're gonna go exploring, okay? We're gonna play a bunch of different frets on the finished string, and we can just keep using our first finger. Okay, and we wanna make sure we get a nice, clean sound on every fret. So if you're getting this, you're going too fast, right? We wanna go slow and controlled and get a good sound on every note. So go and explore the finished string. And once you've done that, we're gonna start exploring the other strings, right? We can go any direction and just explore and just try stuff out. Go as slow as you need and make sure you get a good sound. And now you can start trying some other fingers. You can use all your different fingers. And remember to keep your thumb on the back of the guitar. And then we can try all the different strings, different fingers, different frets. Make sure to get that pinky in there. Pinky is the hardest one. So I want you to spend a good few minutes doing that. You can pause this video and go and explore your guitar, use your different fingers, and pick out the individual strings. Try all the different strings, a bunch of different frets, all your different fingers. And yeah, just go explore, have some fun. Okay, so now that you've done that, now that you're back, we're going to do a little bit of a more structured exercise, okay? And this is going to be the pinnacle of this lesson, is this exercise, okay? So we've learned how to hold the pick, we've learned how to pick out individual strings, we've learned how to use the frets, okay? And now we're going to do all of that in a sort of controlled way. And this is going to be your first exercise, which is just going to teach you how to coordinate both of your hands successfully on the instrument so that you can then go and make music successfully with lessons that follow this, whether you study from my lessons or any other YouTube channel, or whether you take private lessons with me. This exercise is going to set you up for success. So it's called the spider walk. I call this spider walks level 1. So we're going to go again to the 5th fret on the finished string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most guitars will have dots on the fretboard, and usually this will be the second dot. Okay, on some guitars it's the first dot, it depends. But we're gonna go to the 5th fret, we're gonna use our first finger, our pointer finger, and we're gonna play that. And then we're gonna go to the 6th fret, we're gonna play that with our middle finger. We'll play the 7th fret with our ring finger, and the 8th fret with our pinky. And we wanna get nice curled fingers, and we wanna use our fingertips, right? We want to make sure also that we have short enough nails that we can use our fingertips. All right, we're going to play this 5, 6, 7, 8 across all of the strings. And remembering also to keep your thumb on the back of the neck. And as you do this spider walk, please do it slow and controlled. Use good technique and get a good sound on every note. If you don't get a good sound, then go back and fix it. So if you're playing along and then you get then stop for a second, find a good sound and a way that feels good for your hand, and then continue on. Okay, so don't gloss over your mistakes for this exercise, because we're really just learning. We're learning how to use every finger on every string in coordination with our pick. So you can pause the video now and work on these spider walks, and take a little bit of time with this, and maybe do it 2, 3, 4 times until you get comfortable with it. And then once you've done that, you're ready to start learning a song. So this lesson was just designed to teach you how to use your pick, to pick out individual strings, to pick out all the strings as a strum, and to use all your fingers on every different string. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy practicing. Hey, my name's Jeremy Savo. I hope you enjoyed that beginner lesson. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave me a comment and let me know how your practicing went. And if you'd like more information on me, you can check out my website, jeremysavo.com, which is linked in the description. I hope to see you again soon.